Well, we have a huge gender win because 2023.
Big win for the ladies.
Big win.
2022 might just. We didn't even do a recap because I'll tell you who won 2022.
Okay.
Women.
Women won.
Women won.
Oh, yeah.
Women, you won. You won.
Women won 2022, especially right now. Greta Thunberg taking down Andrew Tate.
I didn't even want to get into it because the whole thing was lame, but you're like, her whole thing was legitimately. Our boy Siraj actually posted below it, so I was like, I'm not even going to say it. But it really was the you eat pieces of shit for breakfast. It totally was like, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. And you're like, you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Like, that's what it was.
Obviously, it's a little bit funny because it's just unexpected from her.
Of course. For her
to have a salty comeback. But
totally.
He's feeling the burn.
He is feeling the burn. Even though he had like 100 million impressions on his tweet. So
he's
like,
feeling that good about that.
He ain't mad about it.
But honestly, obviously, everyone's souping it up like it was funnier than it was because they don't like Andrew Tate. Well, but also, it was just like, oh, this is our big like thing where he got pwned. But like, I will agree. Obviously, the minute everyone said it's like the funniest thing in the world, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not that funny. But like, when I first saw it, I was like, a little bit funny. Yeah.
Sorry.
But so this Vice is back to their journalism. They go, we met an all-women flogging squad in Indonesia.
Shout out to the floggers.
Shout out to
bloggers
the floggers.
Bloggers on floggers. This is Bloggers on Floggers.
Bloggers on Floggers on Floggers on Bloggers. That's a new Mijos song. How do you say it?
Migos? Mijos? Migos.
I was saying that podcasting clips on TikTok is 90% people, one person saying a word one way and then the other person saying, it's all cute moments. That's all TikTok is cute moments.
Yeah, a lot of cute.
I said to our team, I go, no cute moments. We don't do cute moments.
We want the edgy shit. Floggers. Women flogging.
Go look at TikTok and tell me it's not all cute moments. How do you say that word like that? How do you say it? What?
Yeah, well, because everything else gets deleted.
That's possible too, yeah.
Anything that's not cute gets deleted.
But there was a big win. So this woman, and she, people told her growing up that flogging's a man's job, that you can't be a flogger.
It's a man's world.
But Daddy, I want to be a flogger. You'll never be a flogger.
No, the best you'll ever get is being flogged or making the sticks.
In a perfect world where you could flog, but this ain't that world. So you get out there. So do you want me to go to school for something else? You can't go to school either.
They kind of have sick uniforms, the floggers.
What do the uniforms look like?
Well, it's like a brown burqa, but it's a burqa, but it's brown, but then it has this like little like reverse raccoon.
And it says stick life on the back.
Life. You think they're like fucking, if you ever watch like warm up for like a Leafs game and they're all just on the ice, they're like really getting the flex on there just to make sure that they don't snap. This is a very Canadian episode, but they're like just really testing out that stick. Do you think they're like that? Like they get a bunch of new twigs and they call them twigs. They're like, oh, fucking what twig you working with there? Oh, CCM. And they're like, oh yeah.
That's so funny. They got a CCM flogging stick.
Is that Bauer?
They got a flogging.
Oh shit, you got the Vapor?
The Vapor. The fucking titanium flogging sponsorship. Someone come in. That the floggers dressed in like all Nike and CCM, like just sponsored head to toe for flogging. That would be what happens though. None of the other guy floggers. The one female flogger. Here's the question: you think the female flogger gets paid less than the guy floggers?
Nah, probably. I don't know. Maybe. You think the top, like the way they measure it too, is like for your flogging is like they take your shirt off afterwards and like it just looks like you got hit once.
That's a perfect
flog. You're like, I hit him 45 times, same spot.
That's a perfect flog.
Yeah, it's just like one
strip. That's a pro.
That's the flogger of the year.
Well, they make it seem like it's a really big deal to be a flogger, and they did this profile on this girl. But you definitely, if you are flogging, it would be amazing if they finally had this big win for women get to be floggers, and then the girl comes in, botches the first flog, the stick goes flying,
hits the chick in the head,
knocks her out. Her first flog,
she just like hits her in the head. She's like, "Ow! What the fuck?"
Botching your first vlog. Her dad's there in the thing. She
did say she was
big
nervous.
Proud
she was
moment.
shaking.
She was shaking with the vlogs. Girl floggers only flog the other girl people too, so that's the reason they said they were one of the reasons that they said it wasn't actually. They're sort of spinning it here like it's a win for women a little bit, but really what happened is the girls were getting hurt too bad because the
guys just hurt too, and like the
guy floggers weren't taking it easy.
Well, they just know how to hit like guys, and so they just hit hard.
So they basically said, let's get a girl flogger in for the girls so they won't hurt them as much.
Do you think trans women will be allowed to flog biological?
Oh, buddy, if you get a trans guy in there being a girl flogger, Well, also if you were,
that's the scandal that's in fucking Banda Aceh.
well, I think that if you had the guys being the girl floggers flogging the guys too, I feel like there'd be a lot of perverts that would like that. You know what I mean? Like a guy, there'd just be like half the city coming. No, not half, but like every pervert in the city coming in, stole some bread again.
I'm also gay. I'm gay and I stole bread.
Oh yeah, just also just banged a chick, not my wife.
No,
Just got so much pussy last night. Flog me.
doesn't even need to
Hey,
be.
hey.
If you're literally with a woman that's not your wife in private, it's floggable offense.
Yeah, but if it's a girl flogger, they might like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like part of your process. Like you bang a girl and you're just like, you know what? Before we bang again, I'm gonna go pop out there and get
commit some crimes.
Yeah, no, you come out in there and you go, just so you know, I got a girl in the room. If you want to, I'm about to commit. If you want to give me some preemptive flogging, and then he just goes back so hard that he got his flogs on.
Get the flogging.
There's got to be a couple gay guys that sort of like the flogging.
Well, this is Sharia law, so I think being gay is you.
No, but they're in the closet. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I used to talk about this on
back
stage.
again?
Yeah, but think about that. If you're gay and then they sentence you, you go, oh yeah, I was doing like a dominatrix thing with another guy, and they go, that's a lot of flogs, and you go, let's go.
Do the crime, you do the time.
Oh, we caught you blowing a dude. And then it's like, what's the punishment? It's like you get spanked in the town square by another guy.
Oh, everybody watches and you're like, oh.
And you're
It's crazy these are like wild spectator.
Let's go.
These are wild spectator events too. This isn't like a
I know
behind closed door. It's like everybody shows up.
I think what happens
it's
though,
like how they used to like behead, back in like hundreds of years ago, like just the beheading was a.
I know. But I guess what happens is it's like dads bringing their kids and stuff being like, just so you know, this is what happens.
Yeah,
no, I don't think they're
this
going.
Is what you get for talking to a woman.
Yeah. That stinks, man.
It is wild to think too, like hundreds of years ago, like it was pretty regular for a child to just have seen 10 people beheaded. Mm-hmm. Like normal.
Yeah.
There was no TV, I guess.
I know.
Just like, hey, we're going to go watch a beheading on a Friday night.
There was that other show that everyone recommended that I watched a couple episodes too. Yellowstone's a big topic among the community.
Yeah, Yellowstone. Really I know Yellowstone's big. I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah.
It's just super based, right?
The problem is you watch that with a chick and then now she has a fucking thing for cowboys.
Oh.
Everything you watch. Have you ever watched like you ever watch like a docu or like a movie or like a series, like you finish The Wire and all of a sudden you're like, I could deal with a hood chick. Like you start being into it. No. I'm telling you, dude. You watch Yellowstone with your girl, you're going to finish it off. She'll be buying you a cowboy hat and be like, you're a bit of a cowboy. And then you're going to have to explain to her, like, well, comedians are actually the cowboys, if you think.
We're the cowboys. We're the cultural cowboys, and we're fighting in the cultural Wild West right now. So
your chick,
just grab my spurs and my saddle, and let's get to the canceling.
Your chick's like, yeah, cowboys are pretty hot. And you're like, well, I've got news for you.
Some people consider me a cowboy in the podcasting world.
Some people consider comedians actually cowboys. It's sort of a cowboy life if you think about it.
Yeah, they're on the frontier of culture.
The cowboys of culture.
I honestly don't watch anything with my girlfriend anymore. It's a pretty good system.
That's an okay system.
Yeah.
Okay. They said, so this is a real line in the thing, and I didn't do it in order because I picked out my favorite lines of this thing, but this is a real line. They go, she is aware that she holds a special position in a male-dominated field. The way that they talk about it's killing me.
Yeah, considering you're like, you live in under Sharia law.
Yeah.
Like strict Sharia law. Like, no shit.
But doesn't know whether it'll inspire other women to follow suit. They're not sure if
like they still have to do their like representation matters bullshit.
That's
like,
what's killing me about this article.
Run that through here.
They have to run their representation bullshit through this article about people getting flogged for adultery.
Not even adultery. It's straight up. It's like, I talk to a woman in private.
And a lot of them too, it's probably like word against word, right? Like a lot of them is not like you're on camera doing this and it's just a guy being like banged her.
For sure. And then it's like they talk about it later in the article, but like legitimately instances where it's like some woman was like, raped by some guy, and then she's like, she gets 200 flogs, and he gets 10.
It's like, insane,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Well, the worst part is if you lied about banging a chick, like you were telling the boys, you're like, yeah, I took that one for a spin, and everyone's like, nice, and then the next day you're getting flogged.
And you're like, no, I was lying. I was just trying to impress the boys. And they go, that's actually more flogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's dishonoring.
But yeah, legitimately, that's what happens. Is like some guy just lies, says he took her for a spin, and then they're like, "Oh, crazy! Like, what's her name again?" Ladies and gentlemen, we got one.
I mean, that is the ultimate. Like, you could get chicks in so much trouble there.
Yeah, of course. Maybe the bigger lesson for them is to watch the flogging, to not do anything that's forbidden, she said. So when they asked her about all this representation stuff, she goes, yeah, I don't know about all that.
Well, she's trying to just be like, don't kill the messenger over here. Like, I'm just...
Yeah, they go to this girl. Well, the flogger is like for the cause, by the way.
Yeah,
she's not like a reluctant
Islam.
flogger.
No,
yeah, she's like hardcore. She's not... That's Vice would make their... Like, if they made like a Hollywood movie about the flogger that knew she didn't want to be a flogger, but she's the best in the game. She's just too good.
Nobody else could flog these women like her.
She's like, you know what? Maybe my flogging days are done. She's like, you got a gift. No one can flog like you.
Nobody.
There's nobody in the world that can flog like you. And she goes, I don't want to flog anymore. I just want to cook pies.
I wonder if it breaks skin.
I just want to go back to the market and cook pies.
Is it like a caning?
It's sort of like a caney situation.
But is it breaking skin?
I think that sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm not really the flogging expert. But they asked the girl what she thinks, and she was just like, so is this maybe other girls are going to do this job in this male-dominated field? You're going to inspire them? And she's like, I don't know about all that stuff, but probably if you kiss a guy, this is what you get. Like, that was her response.
Well, yeah, if you look at a guy wrong.
They were like, do you mind saying that it might inspire them? So that's sort of the headline we're hoping for.
Can we say that, though? Can we just say you said that?
We're kind of, that's the angle that we're sort of hoping for. And she was like, yeah, but if you do, I'll get flogged, so please don't.
She's just sharpening her fucking...
She's all for it, right? From clothing restrictions to banning women to sit on motorcycles to intermingling of opposite sexes, playing live music and drinking. So all these things are flog worthy. Yeah. Which I guess obviously a lot of the stuff is very bad, but is it so wrong to flog people who pulled out a guitar at a party?
No, I'm so on board with that. I was walking.
Clothing offenses, like man shows up with no shoes and socks at a fucking real world event.
I was in walking on McDougal Street like maybe a couple weeks ago, and one of those places near the Cellar. You know how they have whatever, like you can go inside, but it's like on the street, like those temporary structures, like one of those cafes, and then they're covered. And there's a guy inside with all his friends that brought the guitar. Like, imagine you're like in one of these enclosed things, and there's just a guy playing shitty acoustic guitar. I was like, that guy should
flog him. Exactly. Showing up with. You don't wear a shirt at like a function because you're a party guy.
I guess that band Flogging Molly will never get booked.
Showing up to the wedding with like oversized suit, beer hat on, flogged.
Those big ass suits. Flogged.
Anyone who wears the outfit where you wear the dress pants but they don't go down that far, and then you wear the loafers with no socks, flogged.
Do you think they have the Jasper meme in?
What's the Jasper meme?
That's a paddling, but but they like make it for Indonesia for that's a flogging. Remember for Simpsons? That's a paddling.
Yeah.
But they have it for that's a flogging.
I think it's like very flog life with her. Yeah.
She just dreams of flogging all day.
The idea of inducting a woman flogger, honestly, I'm tearing up just thinking about this.
Good for them.
They have the music playing. Like, I hope that they make that movie where it's just like
they probably will. There, it's like government propaganda.
Yeah, she's just like, that's their feminism. According to Mohammed Rizal, the head of Akai Sharia police, the reason for flogging is to tackle crime, but activists don't agree. And that's one of the things they said, because they were, a lot of the people that are like against this, their argument, which is, I always find, sometimes you agree with people, but their arguments are bad. Even their arguments against flogging, they're saying it doesn't stop crime. And it was like, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Like, just anything. It's like,
the problem
stricter jail sentences stop crime. If you say we're going to flog you in the town square, I'm sure it does stop this stuff a little bit, but it's still like crazy.
Well, it's just, yeah, exactly. You're like, is it
if you murder people, if they shoplift, it'll stop shoplifting, but it's probably not a good way to.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to, that's maybe not the funnest way to live it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the problem is you're like, your definitions of crimes are, everything's a crime there.
A female flogger is placed there to punish a woman because a male flogging's delivery is too harsh, which I disagree. I think girls can flog just as good as men.
Of course, men and women, there's no difference between
I don't even think there's any difference in physical strength or flogging
ability.
They
flog the same. If anything, women are just taking it too easy, which is why.
Do you think the girls that are like low-key like feminists are sort of like souping up how much it hurts to like, it's worse than the man?
Yeah.
One of the regulars is trying to.
I think you failed the flogger test though as a woman. If they go, are men and women the same? If you go yes, you go, yeah, that's the wrong answer.
Ouch! Ow!
You gotta really.
It reminds me of when I used to get sort of like hit by my mom when I was young, and I remember specifically like. Oh, wow, that's smart. It was like nothing, you know what I mean? It was like, don't care. Just souping it up. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, I won't be doing that again.
No.
The act of flogging doesn't faze her either. We already went through that. Mistakes are rarely tolerated and they can result in expulsion from the post. So it is what you said. Like, it's a high ticket job.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like they say it has to be just the top of the back. It's like, it's probably like, that big of a spot.
That is, if you get a bad flogger, it probably hurts way more because they're flogging all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, if you get hit in like the neck, that would kill. It's like
although after
bamboo.
You start getting like flog number 30, you probably want them to hit anywhere but the spot that you've been flogged a bunch.
Yeah, well, that's what makes them such a good flogger.
Right. They said the rights groups are calling flogging a cruel and degrading treatment. It's just like, duh.
Yeah.
That's like where they're at right there. You know what I mean? It's like, we think this might be cruel.
Vice, yeah. Thanks, Vice.
Yeah, duh. And the optics of
not as cruel as misgendering somebody, though.
The optics of inducting women floggers is a matter of pride for the Sharia police. So it's a big point of pride. I think it is one of those things where you come home and your parents are just like, "Did you hear that Stacey's a flogger?
First female flogger.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Stacey's been flogging. You're not flogging? Oh. Official data shared by Sharia police with Vice World News, crimes against humanity, such as. So they basically unmarried men and women caught together, blah, blah, and they have another thing. But they said it had a steep drop. So this is where activists are wrong because it's like, yes, obviously it does. But your argument shouldn't be that it doesn't work.
Yeah, if the stats are down, be like, well, why are the stats wrong?
And they're probably like, it's probably the stats are down because people stopped doing crimes just because they're celebrating women in flogging positions.
Too busy at the parades.
Yeah, but I do think the flogging for sex crimes is a little weird because there's got to be a few pervs that get flogged for sex crimes and they're just happy about it.
Yeah, but then if you're too happy about it, then they probably death penalty you.
Sure.